Yeah, Jake Ryan sniffed that screen out.
He sure did.
Pressure right there. Good job by Johnson getting rid of it, but Ryan snuck in behind the lineman that was supposed to block him and made the tackle.
He sure did. Well, Central Catholic is going to go for a field goal here.
Yeah, 4th and 10. They just want to get points on the board.
This is sophomore Matt Kling, number 48. This is going to be a 29-yard field goal attempt, but a flag comes in, and Central Catholic is going to take a timeout.
Before the clock ran out. Didn't want to move it back anymore.
We're going to step aside as well. 6:13 to go here in the third quarter. Our score, Jackson 13, Central Catholic nothing on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard.
There you go.
Automatic tailgates now. Liberty Ford is a family-owned business like we are.
No, this is Gregory Bumbu.
They stand up to their word, their promises.
That, to me, is top service.
Just made the whole experience, honestly, perfect.
Liberties in Aurora, Maple Heights, Canton, Parma Heights, Brunswick, Vermilion.
Welcome to our newly renovated downtown office of Friends and Family Credit Union.
Hello, I'm Nick Langenfeld, President and CEO of Friends and Family Credit Union. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. We provide financial needs in the most reasonable and cost-effective way. Stop in one of our 3 full-service locations today and become a friend of the family.
With AltCare, you have more than just a health plan. You have a team of people whose purpose is to be your advocate. During all stages of life, AltCare will be there to ensure you receive the best health care. AltCare's dedicated staff puts your needs first, making sure you and your family receive quality health care services. AltCare, where you matter. Learn more at altcare.com.
Continues to fall here at Jackson. The Polar Bears lead Central Catholic 13-0, and the Shark feels right at home.
Doesn't mind the water at all. And looks like they're in a warm costume, too.
After a Central timeout, they're going to come out and go for it.
Mind.
4th down and 11 at the Jackson 13 with trips to the far side for Johnson. Here comes the heat. Johnson in all kinds of trouble, and he'll be slung down back at the 24-yard line. Junker, Schott, and company in on the sack.
Well, they brought pressure. You know, they knew they had to throw it, so Jackson decides to bring them both guys off both ends, got to the quarterback.
That hurts.
That does. It took away any chance to get that 0 off there, but they really did want a touchdown. Probably thought that was their best chance to get it, so they went for it.
6:06 remaining here in the third quarter. Jackson with the football at their own 23-yard line, and the give is to Albright. Albright's fighting for yardage. They'll carry for a couple out near the 24.
First hit by Gunnar Eberhard. Well, now what Central's looking for is a 3 and out. You know, stop them and force the punt. Right there's the hit, Eberhard. Got a couple of buddies to help put him on the ground.
No gain. Well, maybe a yard. 2nd and 9, we'll call it. Jackson really in no hurry here to move the ball.
What they really want to do is get it out of their end. These are a couple of important plays for them. They give it back to Central at midfield.
Toss to Atkins. Atkins, all kinds of running room as he knifes through the Central defense and takes it to the 39. That's a first down for the Polar Bears.
Atkins looks to me like one of those guys that really likes to run vertical. You know, he likes to get up the field, and this toss sweep allows him to do it. He plants and gets up in there. A lot of today's run game is so lateral, you know, the stretch zones and all that kind of stuff. He's in the I formation, and he's going north and south.
Ball is at the 38-yard line. First set of downs, new set of downs, and the give again is to Adkins.
Once again, 21 Ethan Adkins on the carry.
Adkins.
Stop on the play by number 33.
Atkins and Albright are just about the same size and height and weight.
Yeah, and very similar runners, too. Albright got a lot of the early carries, and I haven't seen him in there very much lately. I wonder if he's physically A-OK.
Albright seems, is listed at least slightly taller, but not as heavy. Adkins with 58 yards.
Yeah.
Low toss. And on the carry again. I think this is Albright. No, that's Adkins again. Adkins pounds forward, takes it into Crusader territory down to the 48. That's another first down. Here's an isolation.
Well, yeah, you're right. It was a good catch. It's low and behind him, but look what he does with it once he gets it. And he is a tough guy to bring down.
An impressive run. Well, Albright's out there again as well.
Good.
So
good.
I don't think there's any injury issue.
They've got quite the complement there with those two guys.
Yeah, that's a nice 1-2 punch. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10, Polar Bears at the 47 of Central Catholic. And again, it's Adkins, and he gets through the initial line of scrimmage and falls forward to the 41-yard line. That's a pickup of nearly 6. Get 6 yards on first down, you're in good shape.
Yeah, I like to call those plays. 2nd and 4, that's a fun down to call.
There you go.
There you see it again, lead blocker, and they just slash up inside. And this is exactly what Coach Bud and the Jackson coaching staff wanted to have happen. A drive down the field after that 4th down miscue.
This is Adkins again, and Adkins pounds down near the 37. Very close, and that is going to be another Jackson first down. You get the sense that big offensive line is starting to wear down the Central defense?
Yeah, you know, a lot of those Central guys play both ways. And you know, they're running right now. And that's behind the big fella, Xavier Gray. And Marquis Moss is over there, Alex Ross. We talked about him at center. Aaron Custer, the left guard. Tyler Leininger, left tackle. And Logan Fisher, number 20, the tight end. They're doing a great job blocking.
1st and 10. This is Adkins again. Adkins falls inside the 35. A flag comes in from behind the play. Frank Salona, let's check with you.
All right, guys. Well, I talked to Jeff Lindesmith coming out of halftime, and a couple things he told me was he's real concerned, and you guys were just mentioning this, about that offensive line, the defensive line. They're getting, you know, beat up a little bit. You know, it's been a struggle with, like you said, both guys playing both ways, so it's difficult for them to really get any rest throughout the ball game when they're doing that. So that was one of the things. But he said we've got to take advantage of these opportunities. We can't, you know, squander these things away. We've got to put points on the board, and we can't just let these things happen. We're just giving up too many chances.
So the penalty will move the ball back to the 48 of Jackson.
And you know, Frank's conversation with the coach maybe gives us a glimpse into that going for it on 4th down there.
I think you're right.
You had an opportunity, had to take advantage of it.
And now we have a timeout, I believe. Jackson calls for a timeout. Stops the clock. 2:17 to go here in the third quarter. On the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard, Jackson remains on top 13-0.
When you've been in business as long as we have, you learn there's nothing sweeter than a scoop and a smile. And since 1969, we've been serving the flavors and faces that make us who we are. The cherry on top, the new Accord. It's built for a focus on our future to help navigate all of life's rocky roads. The 2018 Accord. Sundays are better with a Honda.
Upgrade to the new Accord for just $249 a month. Shop your local Honda dealer or online at northernohiohondadealers.com.
You can't tell your cold to wait? Talk to a doctor now with the new Altman Now app. Get the app now. You can't tell your migraine to wait. Talk to a doctor now. with the new Altman Now app. Download the Altman Now app now.
Back here at Jackson, the Polar Bears blanking Central Catholic 13-0 on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. Dave Sheets, Mark Miller, Frank Salona, and Bob Jeffries here tonight at Jackson. Our AltCare TV game of the week. First down and 25 for the Polar Bears. Right back, being chased. Gets away, looking, throws downfield, and it's caught. Johnson with the catch down at the Central 31-yard line. A great play by Wright to escape, and then threw a dime right to Johnson.
He really did. That was a beautiful play. Once he got around the one defensive lineman, and you know, his size and quickness should allow that to happen, but he had his eyes downfield, and the receiver did a good job of showing him his numbers. That means, hey, I'm open down here. He didn't keep running past people.
I formation.
21-yard completion, Bob.
2nd and 4 now. Adkins the ball carrier, couple yards to the 30.
Yeah, how often do you complete a pass like they just did and it's still not a first down?
Yeah, right. 3rd down and 3. Ball is at the Central 30. Under a minute and a half left here in the 3rd quarter.
Boy, they're eating up a lot of time, aren't they?
They sure are.
Been a great drive for the Polar Bears.
If you're in purple and gold, that's exactly the game plan right now.
Yeah.
Rain continues to fall. Adkins again. Right side. Couple of tough yards down to the 28. Going to be a little bit short of that first down marker. Got a player down for Central Catholic.
Gunnar Eberhard.
Their middle linebacker. That would be a big loss.
That would be.
If he's not able to
Gunner's
continue.
a good player.
Take a look at him. While we have a moment, we want to remind you that our AltCare TV game of the week for week 9 will be at Marlington. We're going to see the Dukes take on West Branch.
Well, those teams both have been playing pretty well.
They have.
And, you know, just down the road from each other. So that'll be good rivalry. I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a good game.
That'll be next Friday night, October 19th. In the meantime, the Cleveland Browns are back in action on Sunday. The Browns are actually watchable. They're
kind of fun to watch.
They're kind of fun. The Browns and the Chargers on Sunday on 1480 WHBC. The pregame starts at 11. The kickoff at 1 o'clock. Catch all the action with Jim Donovan and Doug Deacon on 1480 WHBC this Sunday.
Of course, with the Indians' early exit.
Yeah. True that.
We need to watch something.
4th down and 1. Straight ahead is Albright. It just depends. Yep, they're going to give it to him as he takes it to the 27. That'll be a first down for the Polar Bears. They'll wind that clock.
There you can see a little bit of a push. You didn't get it by much.
No.
Plenty. If it's an inch, it's plenty.
Ball is at the 27.
Bob said this is play number 12 in this drive.
I formation and the toss to Adkins. Adkins breaks it to the 5 and a touchdown, Jackson. Ethan Adkins with the touchdown, his 2nd of the night. Comes with 11 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter and extends Jackson's lead to 19-0. This play will be another nominee for our Friends and Family Credit Union rock solid play of the game.
Well, they just kept pounding that right side, pounding it, and he got a crease and put it in the end zone. That's a great drive.
Again, at the end of tonight's ball game, in our wrap-up report, we will select our rock solid play of the game, brought to you by the Friends and Family Credit Union. The extra point by Mouton is good. And with 11 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, Jackson extends their lead to 20-0 on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. Frank Salona on that Central Catholic sideline now. Frank?
The rain has started to fall a little heavier here as we put on our rain gear. But, I was just looking, we talked a little bit at halftime off air about the remaining schedule. Jackson has at Green, and then they're home against their crosstown rival Hoover. And, for the Polar Bears, it's a must win and win out and see if you can get some help to get into playoffs. There's no guarantee, but unfortunately the team that loses tonight is pretty much out of it.
I agree. That report brought to you by SARTA. Frank, we appreciate that. Let's take a look at that scoring drive now, thanks to our statistician, Bob Jeffries.
Yep, 12 plays, 77 yards, 5:55 off the clock. A 27-yard touchdown run by Atkins, extra point good. Atkins now has 12 carries, 111 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
That kick drifting, and it will go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. 20-0, Jackson on top here at Robert Fife Stadium. Jackson, of course, coming in with a record of 4-3. Central Catholic at 3-4. And I'll tell you what, Mark, the fans who are here right now still, these are true fans.
These are hardy fans right here.
Way to go.
Yeah, because it's a little cooler tonight, not like the last few weeks when it sprinkled. You felt like it was a summer shower.
Right.
This one here is going to go to the bones.
We're proud of you. First down and 10 at the 20. Johnson gives off to Miller. Miller runs into a couple of Jackson players led by number 90, Big Joe Ackerman, 6'4", 195-pound defensive end with the initial stop.
And then lots of help with other purple jerseys. Gave him maybe a yard.
That marks the end of the third quarter on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. Jackson in control. They lead it 20-0 over Central Catholic. Stay with us. The fourth quarter coming up.
How's your home? Safeguard knows, and you can too. Wherever you are, day or night, whatever you're doing, Safeguard Home Security is professionally monitoring your home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can check on your home from anywhere at any time on your smartphone, tablet, or computer. The Safeguard app makes it easy to put your mind at ease. Safeguard Security from MCTV. Your home is just fine.
Y'all know it's football season. Around these parts, football season is barbecue season. If you want to score big on game day, make slow-smoked Old Carolina Barbecue your go-to spot before, during, and after all the games. No need to cook on Friday. Meet before the game at Old Carolina. Or grab a party pack and host the ultimate college or pro football party. Featuring award-winning ribs, tender pulled pork, and jumbo smoked wings. We have options for all your pigskin pig-outs. Get more info at oldcarolina.com. Old Carolina Barbecue Company. Meet before the game.
Back at Jackson, our AltCare TV game of the week. Jackson on top of Central 20-0 as we start the fourth quarter on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. Got a very revealing stat to give you after this play. Johnson looks right now, throws left, ball in the air. Armour Smith with a great grab out near the 40-yard line for the Crusaders. Mark, how about the stat before it gets old?
Total yardage. Before that play, Central had 55 yards, Jackson 324, but that was a great throw and catch there.
Wow.
One-on-one down the sideline and just let your guy go up and get it. That was a perfect throw because it was outside of the defender.
Ball is at the Central 39-yard line. Crusaders now going to have to almost exclusively go to the all-pass. Stallnaker has it. Stallnaker across the 45 to the 47. You know, and the Jackson defenders, they're going to drop off a little bit here, right?
They're going to keep it in front of them, give you that 8 or 10-yard catch and try to prevent what Corlin Smith did on that first one, and that is a long one. Of course, that defense out there, they're still hoping for a shutout, no doubt about that. But.
Ball at the 48, second down and a yard. Johnson going to keep. Oh, my goodness. What a hit.
Yeah, that was not a fun thing for that quarterback to run up there and get hit by those two guys.
Took the ball to midfield, and it's going to be a first down for the Crusaders. Yeah, Johnson was complaining that he was hitting the head. Wow.
You know, it's tough to call out of it. I mean, helmets are going to hit, and when you're a running back, you duck in your head. So
here
it's
comes
tough.
the pressure. Johnson looks, he keeps 45, and then run out of bounds, and then shoved out of bounds. And the flags come in. That's going to cost. It's going to cost Jackson 15 yards. You saw Johnson grabbing his helmet there. Let's hope he's okay. He looks like he's pretty fired up.
Yeah, he's trying to get his teammates fired up. He's taken some hits here these last two plays. As soon as you cross the sideline, you know, it's hands off. Not just quarterback. This will protect everybody. You can see there he's well outside the sideline.
Yeah, he really hit his head hard there at the end, too. That turf is not friendly.
No, it's not. And you know, when you're out of bounds, you know, it's less consistent. You're kind of getting up there where it's meeting asphalt, a little harder on the sidelines.
1st and 10 Crusaders. Johnson going to try to run, and he is brought down. Picked up maybe a yard.
Mrs. Johnson's going to have some ice bags ready tonight because Dylan's taking some hits, man. But he's a tough kid. I mean, he's thin. You know, I can relate to that. And those hits go right to the bones, but he's a tough kid. He comes right back for more.
Under 10.5 left in this one. Jackson on top, 20-0. Rain continues to fall here at Robert Fife Stadium. Johnson, quick toss to the right. Miller with the grab to the 25 and pushed out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 10:06 left.
And that's a good thing for Central. They want to conserve as much time as possible. Good, nice catch by Miller. You know, when you're running away from the quarterback to reach back over your head and catch it, that's hard. That's a hard throw, too. You know, guys running across the field, it's a little easier to gauge him than that thing when he's running away from you.
Ball is at the Jackson 25. 3rd down. And we'll call it 8. Trips to the far side. Johnson throws. Intended for Stallnaker down at the 10. A sliding attempt, but it's incomplete.
They had one-on-one coverage with both those receivers, and the reason is it was a blitz. You know, so you're playing man-to-man, and that blitz caused Johnson to get rid of it a little quicker than he wanted to. Just missed connection there.
4th down and 8.
They had 4th and 11 earlier, and they got sacked. So let's see if Jackson comes back with that same plan and blitzes. Right now, it looks like they're going to play off and play coverage.
Miller in the backfield with Johnson. Johnson throws, and a catch is made.
Just a great catch. They were doubling Corwin Smith on the wide side of the field, and he went back into the sideline and laid that out right on the sideline. Look, nice route, beautiful throw. That's a big first down there.
Austin Beck with the reception for the Crusaders. And they convert. 1st and 10. At the Jackson 13. Armour Smith in motion. Johnson going to keep straight ahead. And good for a couple, maybe to the 11.
Yeah, I've been leaving out the Armour part of that Corwin Smith thing. So, but I'm talking about number 16, and he gets lots of attention. He's the guy that they're trying to stop. Jackson player injured.
Yeah, we've got a Jackson player down. It's like number 69 for the Polar Bears. Do you have a 16? Oh, correction, number 89. That's the defensive end, Jaquez Kress.
Well, this is an important drive for Central for a lot of reasons. One is you get that 0 off the scoreboard. Nobody likes to get shut out. And it keeps you playing. I mean, there's still 9 minutes to go. You got a couple of timeouts left. Now you're going to need some help from Jackson. You're going to need a turnover. You're going to need a 3 and out, a big penalty, something.
Yep.
You see Kress getting off the field, a little hitch in his giddy up, but hopefully he'll be okay.
Well, if you haven't done it already, be sure to check out WHBCSports.com. We have scores, live streams, game replays, news articles, and much more. Check it out, WHBCSports.com. 2nd down and 8. Ball is at the Jackson 11-yard line. Just over 9 minutes left in this one. Johnson looking left, ball in the air. Stallnaker with the touchdown grab from 11 yards out.
That's the same play they threw a little while ago, trying to hit Stallnaker on that post, but it was a blitz. And Johnson had to get rid of it quickly. This time he had a chance to hold it just long enough for Stallnaker to clear his guy, put it right on the money.
We've got an injured Crusader.
And one of the linemen went down right away.
Right guard Cameron Johnson is being attended to. So 9:01 left in the ball game, and Central avoids the shutout. They get the touchdown pass to Stallnaker.
Good to see Gunnar Eberhardt for Central out on the field right now too. He came off injured a little while ago. Spent a lot of time on the sideline stretching.
Yeah.
Looked like maybe an Achilles, maybe a calf muscle, ankle, something. But he's out on the field again, and that's good news.
While Johnson is being attended to, we remind you that the best and only post-game and scoreboard show in Stark County is on 1480 WHBC every Friday night. You can find out how all the area teams have done, who made great plays, and who had a tough night, and much, much more. It's the Hammersmith Insurance Scoreboard Show, only on 1480 WHBC. Let's go down the sideline now and check in with our Frank Salona. This time we'll ride the SARTA Zero Emissions bus. Frank has an injury update for us. Frank?
All right, guys, over here on the Jackson sideline, looking at number 89, Jacquez Kress. He is trying to work out that knee. I guess he got a little bump on the knee, a little bruise there. He tells the trainers that he is fine. He's running behind the bench here. He'll be back in the ballgame.
All right, thank you, Frank. That report brought to you by SARTA and their Zero Emissions bus. Here is Matt Kling, the sophomore, on to attempt the extra point. High snap. Kick is up. Kick is good. 9:01 remaining in the game here in the 4th quarter. Jackson 20, Central 7 on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. Back after this.
You can't tell your cold to wait? Talk to a doctor now with the new Altman Now app. Get the app now. You can't tell your migraine to wait. Talk to a doctor now with the new Altman Now app. Download the Altman Now app now.
Embarrassed to smile at family events? Unable to enjoy your favorite foods because of loose dentures? Haven't been to the dentist in a while because of fear? Get healthy at the Amison Dental Group at 3684 Dressler Road Northwest. Let us get you the smile you deserve. Call us at 330-452-2255. Mention WHBC when you call and receive a free take-home whitening kit, a $250 value. Amison Dental Group, where everyone deserves to smile.
For nearly 20 years, thousands of people have relied on SARTA for safe, affordable, reliable transportation.
People like Misty Williams, who's riding SARTA to a brighter future. Misty's a full-time student and mom who uses our fixed routes to get to school, pick up her son at daycare, and return home at the end of a very busy day.
School, shopping, Cleveland, Akron, the airport, for work or for play. People you know count on SARTA to meet their transportation needs. And we deliver.
SARTA, where can we take you today?
Back at Jackson, Central Catholic on the board for the first time, trailing the Polar Bears 20-7 on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard.
That drive, 11 plays, 80 yards, took him 3 minutes and 10 seconds, an 11-yard touchdown pass. Johnson to Stallnaker with a good extra point. Stallnaker had 4 catches for 46 yards, and then he caught the touchdown.
Let's see if Central goes for the onside. It appears they're going to attempt it.
Yeah, Jackson's ready for it.
High bounce, ball loose, and it kicks out of bounds. And now a couple of penalty flags come in, and we have a Jackson player down.
Yeah, I think that penalty flag should be picked up because that ball was tipped. One of the Jackson players tipped it, and then it went out of bounds.
The injured player is number 20, Logan Fisher.
It was a great kick. You know, you want it to hit and then bounce high so that your guy has a chance to get his hands on it, but it went out of bounds. Unless the referee's saying it, he didn't tip it. Right?
Yep.
There. Yeah.
Ball was tipped.
Tipped out of bounds, so that's not a penalty on Central for kicking it out of bounds. It's just out of bounds.
Looks like Fisher may have a cramp, and let's hope it's nothing worse than that.
And you know, people are surprised that when it gets cool or when it's raining, people say, well, you can't get cramps then. Oh, yeah, you can. You can get cramps anytime.
Yeah.
You know, your body fluids are depleted and your muscle says, you know, I'm going to tighten up here and stop you from running around for a while. Yeah, it does look like a cramp. That's good news. You know, we've had several guys down on the field tonight, but, you know, hopefully none of them are serious. Gunnar Eberhardt's still stretching down here. I know that number 60 came off, Cameron Johnson, and they worked on him a little bit, and he's up and going again. So
Fisher trying to stretch it out there.
Yeah, he's stretching it. He got a little something. See, it keeps cramping up on him. You know, that's a bad thing about a cramp is once you get one, it's probably not going to go away for a while. You know, I mean, it'll keep coming back. And my middle son, he cramped like crazy in high school. And we knew as soon as he got one, it was going to be a long game.
Yeah.
Because it just kept going.
All right, so the ball will be marked at the 48-yard line of the Polar Bears. They've got the football and the 13-point lead. 9 minutes to go. Baumel at fullback, and now it looks like Albright is at tailback.
Yeah, and they got two tight ends in, just one wide receiver. They're in there hip to hip, buddy. This is old-time football here.
Toss to Albright. And a yard or two near midfield.
And that's what Central has to hope for, you know, 3 and out, because I think from here, if they do stop them on third down, they're not going to go for it on fourth. They'll get some field position and punt it down in there.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, at what point, Dave, do you start trying to tackle the ball? You know, where they need a turnover, they need a fumble.
Yeah. 8.5 minutes left. At the 49, 2nd and 9. High formation.
Dylan Johnson in to cover that one wide receiver, who is Jake Ryan.
Give to Albright again. Turns the corner, carries into Central territory down at the 47.
And that's a good job by the running back staying in bounds. You know, could have bounced it and went out of bounds, but he knows to keep it in there, keep it in bounds, keep that clock going. Both teams have 2 timeouts left.
3rd and 4, and the ball will be marked at the Central 46 as we are under 8 minutes to go.
See how much time Trey Wright takes off the clock each time. He's got it under 5. That's a good job.
And Albright again carries to the 43.
All right, how much does Coach Bud trust in his guys to get a yard? Or is he going to punt it?
I think they're going to go for it.
You know, if you punt it, you're snapping a wet football too.
Sure.
There's a good look at him getting what was there. Just good defense. 3 plays in a row by Central. And now, he could be running the clock down and taking a timeout and then doing something too.
Play clock down to 12. Yeah, I bet that's what's going to happen. That's what it appears.
You know, something you said off air, I think, deserves repeating, and that is Central has not given in at all. They're still playing really hard. Look at Noah Albright, got 59 yards, and that's part of that backfield that has shared the load tonight.
Yep. Timeout taken by Jackson. Stops the clock with 6:58 to go. 4th down and 1 coming up, a long one actually. Frank Salona out in the weather tonight. How about it, Frank? What do you have?
All right, guys. Well, you know, we talked about this earlier, and I had an opportunity to be on John Bazika's review preview game or show that talked about the games this week. And one of the things we talked about was, is this a rivalry game? And I said to John, I said, you know, it is in a way, because a lot of these kids that are on the Central roster are Jackson kids, and they've grown up with some of these Jackson players. They've been next door neighbors. They went to grade school together. They played, you know, football together as youngsters. So in a way, it is somewhat a backyard rivalry, and that's kind of the approach I think neither coach wanted to take tonight and say that this was a rivalry. But you think some of the kids out there are hitting a little harder, running a little faster, and wanting to beat their next door neighbor.
I agree. Thanks, Frank. That report brought to you by SARTA. So after the timeout, here come the Polar Bears. 4th down, about 1.5 yards. And they'll give it to Adkins. Adkins is going to get the first down as he carries to the Central 40-yard line. And again, you trust the big guys up front. You run to the left side this time.
And you got running backs that are running really hard tonight, too. So good call, good execution, and allows them to take a couple more minutes off that clock. At least a couple more minutes.
6:43. There you see the clock running here in the 4th. First down and 10, Jackson at the Central 40. Again, the eye in the backfield. And the give to Albright. Left side again. Albright breaks it. 30, 20, 10. Johnson chasing. He won't get him. Touchdown. Touchdown for Jackson. That makes it 26-7 with 6:20 to go in the ball game, as you see it again with Noah Albright.
Well, they stopped them over and over and over again, and then all of a sudden it just pops. You know, you get into the secondary and it's a big play. Well, they'll take that rather than run time off the clock.
There you go. Sure. Bryce Mouton on to attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 6:20 left in the ball game. Jackson 27, Central Catholic 7 on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. We've said it several times tonight. I'll say it again. That's a really nice 1-2 punch in that Jackson running
really
attack.
Huh? Yeah, they're fresh. We'll get a look at it, and especially in the final stats, but they have shared the load, and they are kind of interchangeable.
I want to remind you, coming up in our wrap-up report tonight at the end of the ball game, we will be bringing you our Altman Health Foundation Player of the Game. That's going to be tough. Yeah. We're going to have to select a player of the game, brought to you by the Altman Health Foundation. That's part of our wrap-up report after tonight's game. Stick around.
That drive, 5 plays, 52 yards, took 2 minutes and 41 seconds. A 40-yard touchdown run by Albright. Good extra point, makes it 27-7. And Albright now has 17 carries for 99 yards and a touchdown. There's a candidate for your player of the game.
Yeah, for sure. Mouton ready to kick for Jackson. Just 6:20 left in this one. Nice deep kick. Armour Smith at the 10 with a running start to the 20, to the 25, and out near the 28-yard line. Don't forget our AltCare TV game of the week next week, week 9. We will be at Marlington to see the Dukes take on West Branch. Should be fun.
It should be fun. They're both having a really good year, got playoff aspirations. Geographically kind of a rivalry. Two good programs.
Looking forward to that next week. Week number 9 already of the high school football
season. Hard to believe. Yeah, I mean, the playoff thing getting real now.
You bet. Johnson, the quarterback, has Miller to his left. He'll chuck it down that left sideline and overthrows everybody. Stallnaker, the intended receiver. And on the coverage, corner Johnny Coolidge.
Well, they opened up the last series, getting him down the sideline, getting a pass down the sideline to kind of jumpstart a drive. They ended up scoring on that one. You know, typically a drive takes a big play of some sort. You know, to get 3 yards every play and be consistent with it, that's really hard to have a long drive.
Quick toss to Miller. No, that was not Miller. That was Roth. And he is immediately taken down. Jackson's defense all over that.
Yeah, Jake Ryan sensed that screen from his defensive back position. As soon as he sees somebody step back to catch a screen, he is running for it right there. Look at him run right by the blocker and make the hit. That's really good defensive back play. Gets a lot of publicity for being a high-powered receiver, but he's a very good defensive back.
He
a couple
is.
of interceptions.
Been very impressed. That was a loss of 4. Johnson throws downfield, and he was hit from behind by Junker, and I think that affected the throw.
Yeah,
right at the end.
Yeah, he has to. He can hear it, he can see it, feel it coming, and he's letting it go just a little bit before he'd really like to. And so credit the Jackson defensive rush. They're making that happen.
Pass was intended for Stallnaker. Well, 3 and out apparently.
Yeah, they got to punt it away. I mean, unless they got a fake or something here. That last touchdown really kind of sealed any comeback possibilities Central had.
Levin good. Short kick, bounces near midfield, and will settle down at the 47-yard line. Timeout on the field with 5:22 remaining. It's Jackson 27, Central 7 on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard.
Are you looking for something different? At Friends and Family Credit Union, our success is defined by you. Our goal is to improve your financial needs and better your lifestyle. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. Our friendly staff is fully committed to serving over 11,000 of its members. What are you waiting for? Stop in one of our locations today to become a friend of the family.
With AltCare, you have more than just a health plan. You have a team of people whose purpose is to be your advocate. During all stages of life, AltCare will be there to ensure you receive the best health care. AltCare's dedicated staff puts your needs first, making sure you and your family receive quality health care services. AltCare, where you matter. Learn more at altcare.com.
Jackson with a first down and 10 at their own 47-yard line. And a carry for Noah Albright.
Mark Long with the tackle.
Just over 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Jackson 27, Central 7 on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. Second down and 9 after a gain of a yard. Appreciate you joining us for our AltCare TV game of the week. Want to thank everybody here at Jackson for our welcome here tonight. Toss to Adkins. Adkins cuts it back and a whole lot of running room, and he pounds down inside the Central 40, but we've got a holding penalty as you see the flag, and it's going to come back.
That was a nice cut, little cut back, and then he took it right up the middle of the field, trying to split those safeties. But it doesn't count.
4:34 left. Looks like they'll put the ball down at the 46. And that will bring up second down and 11.
So that means that hold occurred way down the field.
Yeah, right.
Because that's a spot foul. A 2-yard penalty officially for Bob.
I formation in the backfield. Adkins again. Sheds a couple of tacklers into Central Catholic territory to the 47.